Philippines, an archipelagic country with different issues. In the Duterte administration, fear and violence arise due to the war on drugs policy. However, an issue of extrajudicial killing made these Filipinos exclaim for justice.
When the Philippines president made that promise, arguing his nation could become a narco state if drug use isn't stopped, masked men, sometimes police, sometimes just thugs, started killing with abandon. Murderers who suffocated their victims by wrapping their heads in tape, often writing pusher or addict on signs left with the bodies.
Fear is a powerful and primitive human emotion. It alerts us the presence of danger, while violence is the use of physical force so as to endure abuse, damage, or destroy something or someone. Both fear and violence could be seen in some situations. An example of a contemporary issue that is relevant in our generation is war on drugs. People in our generation use these illegal drugs for fun. Most of the users are teenagers or minors. The role of freedom in this topic is yes, you can use drugs whenever you feel like it, but you are not lucky all the time. Once you get caught by someone or by the people who is in charge of capturing people who is used illegal drugs, you have to take responsibility of the action you have done. You have the freedom to choose the action that you want to do, but make sure you take the responsibility when you get caught. Ethics serves as a guide to moral daily living and help us judge whether our behavior can be justified. The significance of ethics in this topic is we must know the difference between right and wrongdoings. You must know that you have to pay the consequences of the wrong actions you showed.
Uy! Ano dito ko gawin ngayon? Ano? 4:30 ka na. Meron ka ba dyan? Ako pa, meron ako. Sige, nakantay ng place na. Kaya baka may kaya nga din ako sa CCTV. Ay, hindi na lang tayo. Let's go. Go! Meron bang tao? Wala naman. Sige, kating-kating na ako eh. Sige, let's go. Sarap talaga. So yummy! Ay, sarap sa feeling mo. Sobrang relax na yung mind. Ay, pagpatanggal ng stress, no?
Also today, there is a trend on the lifestyle of Korean culture here in our country. Hence, the Filipinos as well idolize icons of K-pop. And with that being said, they are in big shock when an idol committed suicide.
Ignorance and mental illness. In certain situations, these are considered to be impediments to a fully free act. But in some situations, can we really say we are not the one to blame and we are beyond responsible? In this contemporary era, where most people are committed to their gadgets than to the actual person, ignorance is happening everywhere. We are not paying much attention to the people around us, not realizing something wrong was going on. One big example is that the way people ignore mental illness as if it is not a big deal. We hear mentally ill people killing others, but there are also mentally ill people hurting themselves and even ended up committing suicide.
K-pop fans are in great shock and mourning after the death of K-pop star and actress Sully. Our Kim Bo-kyung tells us more.
South Korean K-pop star and actress Sully was found dead on Monday at her Seongnam residence. According to the police on Monday, Sully's manager found her dead in her home at around 3 p.m. after being unable to reach her since their last call the day before. Currently, police are investigating the case as a suspected suicide but are still exploring other possibilities.
Just recently, a K-pop star named Sully, a former member of FX, committed suicide. A month after, her best friend Gojar was found dead on her apartment, who also tried to kill herself 6 months ago. It is obvious how they needed help. but no one was able to. Is it their fault for choosing that way? Or it is the people's fault being ignorant, that them leaving hateful comments and making offensive judgment make them choose that choice? Freedom of speech. Everyone have the right to say their opinions, but it should not hurt someone. But in the case of the bashers, they are responsible of their actions. Idols are humans too. We cannot expect them to be perfect, and we cannot control their lives. It is only simple etiquette to let them live their lives the way they just wanted to, and we should respect it. Maybe, just maybe, if we stop being ignorant and put a little more attention around us, things like this won't happen anymore.
LGBTQ++ community increased appearance today, and even in households, there are unexpected actions and communications observed. If inside a household is not accepted and respected, what else to the outside community? Even to a school which promotes values and education.
Girls! Naiihi ako, girls. Let's go.
Being moral means you are concerned regarding the principles of right and wrong behaviors, while habits is also considered as practice because it is something that you do often or regularly. When combined, moral habits are those actions that one does with the feeling of doing it rightly and by being virtuous.
Grabe naman kayo. Pare-parasitin man tayo maiiyak.
Kaya nga. Hindi kasi, girls there. Respeto naman sa babae.
Sorry ha.
The contemporary issue relevant to moral habits is acceptance of the LGBTQ community because people have different perspectives about it. Some may accept them, however, others may not. And the common reason for this is the belief in religion, specifically the Roman Catholic, because it is indicated in the Bible that a man is for a woman. The role of freedom in this issue is the LGBTQ community can do whatever they want and they can speak whatever in their mind. Because being honest is considered as a moral habit because they don't fool anyone. In terms of responsibility, people must respect and treat the LGBTQ community by not doing immoral habits such as maltreatment, violence, disrespect, and abuse because they are still people that have feelings and never treat them like animals. The significance of having moral habits is by knowing what is right and wrong in order to prevent harm. And it actually shows respect to anyone even if they are part of the LGBTQ community.
Ano yan? Ito sa FE, tinatangkilik ang pagiging gender equality. Pwede ka dyan, pwede din dyan ako.
Sige, tara, open mo na.
Currently this year, there is an increase of awareness on the HIV or human immunodeficiency virus and AIDS or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. And one main cause of this is sexual promiscuity with no protections during activity of pleasure. Moreover, related to the LGBTQ++ community, it is the reason why they prohibit such sexuality due to a higher risk of acquiring this virus compared to man-women intercourse.
In our country today, there's a lot of recorded HIV positive cases that we're facing right now. The lack of awareness, especially the youth, and it requires urgent attention due to its increasing rate. Moreover, 26 Filipinos are diagnosed with HIV, and 8 of them are aged 15 to 24 years old. Those people are engaged in various sexual practices that makes them acquire the virus.
Some of them lack awareness in knowing the possibility if they have contact without being protected and checked. Through the desires, feelings, and emotions of a person, sometimes he is not capable of controlling what's happening around, and it might cause for that person to lose control in thinking about the consequences it might bring. Therefore, if people are aware, that's the time we can put proper action. We are all free, but we need to set and know our responsibilities for an act that can be modified by our emotions.
Isa sa nakikita nilang dahilan, ang paglaganap ng teknolohiyang nagpapadali sa paghanap ng sexual partner.
We have now dating apps and it's really easy to meet. Other people meet also for transactional sex.
Base sa kanilang datos, kung pagsasamahin ang bilang ng mga nagkaka-HIV sa mga bansa sa Asia-Pacific region, patuloy ang pagbaba nito. Pero kabaligtaran sa Pilipinas na nakatala pa ng 146% increase mula 2010 hanggang 2016.
Individuals have their duty to protect themselves in acquiring HIV. Through passions, desires, emotions, we can lose control of our acts. We are free and we should have the responsibility to know every actions that we are doing. Because passions can provoke our responsibilities. Get tested, be aware, know your responsibilities, and be free.
So as a conclusion, we chose impediments of human action in relation to trends and current issues for our video presentation. Violence and fear for war and drugs, mental illness and ignorance for mental illness on Korean idols solely, moral habits for LGBTQ++ community, and passion and lack of awareness for HIV and AIDS awareness. All in all, we have concluded that not all the time we are not in control and are responsible of our actions, because there are circumstances we can consider that we are not fully the ones responsible, such that of the state of mentally disabled people, but that does not mean we can get away. Moreover, if you made a violent action but it is for your own safety, it is still considerable because it is a natural response to an extreme. The important thing is that in times we are capable, free, and responsible, we are not going to do something wrong to others, not only to gain respect to others, but also to promote peace to one another.